not hidden. There's never been a moment you were forgotten.
Hey, it's Alexander Asi here again. I'm super duper excited to be your host. Come on, it's a beautiful month of May. Wow, it's been a while, like I think 2 weeks now, or a week, I guess. So, but all the same, last time we talked about season. Wow, and I talked about a lot of things about knowing your season and actually getting out of your season and all that. So today we're going to talk about a path of season called understanding. So before you go into this video, if you know you're new here, please do not forget to hit the subscribe button and follow us on Instagram at Ase Junior. So let's get it a wrap. All right, today we're going to talk about understanding. All right, because this is a personal development page or platform, I tend to express myself to an extent because it's my platform, for crying out loud. But all the same, I'm not going to use this as a prerequisite to actually say some things that are not on point or say something that is outrageous. No, I'm going to be cautious because a lot of things that I go through sometimes and I see people going through sometimes, I talk about it because it's part of life. We all experience it. We're all emotional beings. So today we're going to talk about the season of understanding. I thought I'd talk about season of something last time. I'm going to talk about this time, but I want to just shift so that, because I discovered that it's actually a problem. It's actually a major problem in relationship, in all kind of relationship, love relationship, business relationship, whatsoever it is. It's a big problem. Now, under the aspect of understanding is what we call communication. Now, for most of you that are going through one thing or the other, one thing I've discovered is if you don't understand yourself first, you cannot communicate yourself to someone else. So the first thing for you to do is learn how to communicate yourself, communicate to yourself, and yourself to other persons. Now, if I am Mr. A and I know that I'm A, I'm able to tell someone I'm A. But if I'm A, but my attitude tells me I'm B, then I don't know how to communicate to myself or express myself to someone else. Someone wants to know what I'm going through or what is it that I'm actually passing through in some stage of my life. Now, the most important thing that I need us to understand is while we are struggling to understand people, we should give them a room for mistakes. We should give them a big room for mistakes. Except you don't care about the person, except you don't really love the person, you take rash decision and say, okay, fine, I can't do this anymore, or I can't do this job with you anymore. We quit. Now we quit because we haven't given more rooms. Now, for example, if you have given more rooms to someone and the person is still not changing, and you're still seeing some things that the person is not doing, I think the first and the best thing to do is call the person and say, you're not getting it right. I've been giving you a long rope and a big space to get it right. You're not getting it right. I'm going to tell you, this is it categorically. If it's for you guys to have a time to talk about it, it's going to be better. So understanding is a big part of every relationship. The next is communication. Now, before I go into that, let me digress a little bit. Now, in communication, there are two things involved. There's a communication tool and a communication art. Now, a communication tool is a medium whereby you talk to somebody emotionally, that a person gets to understand your perspective from the way you emphasize on something. You can emphasize on that thing repeatedly, but most times you might be emphasizing on it at the person. But you need to understand that communication tool is a medium at which you talk to the person based on your perspective and the reflection of how you feel you should be loved. Every woman, every man has built up their standard to a particular level that anybody coming into their life must understand that level. So for someone to understand that level that you have built yourself into, or your personality into, or the level of how you want to be treated in a relationship or whatever it is, you must learn how to communicate that perspective to someone else. Because if you don't learn how to communicate that perspective, you will find it difficult for the person to understand you. Like I said, if you are A, you should be A, you should learn how to communicate A. And that could be repeatedly. So when the person seems not to understand the person or understand you per se, you have to give them a little bit of room if you care and love about the person. If you don't care about the person or if you don't love the person, you can just give the person a shot or a snap off. But if you care about the person, you will learn to try to communicate. Now, I've gone through a lot, and most of us have gone through a lot, emotionally, whatsoever. We are emotional beings, and sometimes we make decisions based on emotions. And for me, I found out that that is a big flop at a time in my life, and I'm trying my possible best to correct it, because I am a very soft person when it comes to someone I love. I can actually come, okay, this is not working. This is working. Okay, how can we fix it? Even when I'm trying to tell you how can we fix it, I might not be perfectly suited to come out and say, okay, I can fix it now. Oh, I'm better now. No, it's a process. It's a thing. So while you are in a relationship, you tend to understand yourself and learn to communicate what you are being to yourself. For example, you left a relationship and that relationship treated you bad. Now you give yourself a time frame to build yourself. While you're building, take note of what you're building, so that when someone is coming in, because someone sees what you have built and sees the reflection in your attitude. So if what you have built is not showing in your attitude, not showing in your charismatic being, then you have not built anything. You're building based on social media influence, you're building based on other influences, based on your friends' influence, based on other influences. If you give yourself time to build and grow, it should show in your attitude, it should show in your perspective, it should show in your personality. So that, because what you have built is a reflection of your outwardness. So you are building something, it's inward. You're building yourself, you're growing yourself mentally, spiritually, otherwise. But the thing is, while you're building the inside, there's a reflection of the outside. So anybody coming into your life will see that reflection. So when I'm communicating at you, then I'm showing you, this is what I know about you. You get? But when I'm communicating to you, is a perspective that you have grown, that I've seen as a reflection of you. So if there is no reflection, that means there is no building. So you might have been building yourself based on social media influence, or friends' influence, or your own perspective of influences. So the thing is, while you are in any kind of relationship, business relationship, love relationship, spiritual relationship, any kind, you need to learn how to actually communicate your personality. Communicate what you have built, what you don't like, what you like. And when you're communicating this with love, not with authority, not with, oh, you're going to be doing this or you're going to be doing that. No. Because if you love the person, if you care about the person, you need to tell the person, okay, I'm giving you a big room. In your head, you are compartmentalizing the person in your head and saying, okay, I'm giving him or I'm giving her more rooms. Not to automatically change, but to automatically go through the process. Because anybody that tells you, oh, I'm changed, I'm better now, no, you're not. If you want to change, you take a step-by-step process, and the person that you're changing for or changing with needs to understand that it's a process. So the person needs to give you a bigger room to sit, to breathe, and to understand yourself, you that is changing. So what am I saying? Every person on earth go through one or two things. Every person has one or two misfortunes, one or two mistakes they have done in their life. But trust me, you need to give them that break. You need to give them that understanding of themselves. They need to understand themselves at the same time, also need to understand you. So give them space. While they make mistakes, call them and tell, with love, this thing you did, I don't like it. This thing you did, you're not getting it right. You talk with love. You talk with sometimes respect and honor. There, I don't like what you did. So because you need to understand yourselves. In business, the same thing. So understanding is a very beautiful thing, because if you don't understand yourself, if you don't understand what you have built, the world you have built around yourself, if you don't understand it, break it and give the person a ladder to see you for who you are. I'm telling you. So the person can climb and see you for who you are. Anything you're building inside will always come out outside. It's a reflection. I'll see you in the next time, because we're going to talk more about this, because it's actually a big problem in most relationships. Business relationship, love relationship, whatever it is, it's actually an issue. So by the grace of God, next week or upper time, I'm going to come up here to your screen. We're going to talk more about this understanding and communication. So I'll see you next time. I remain Alexander.